birthday, Erol. Happy birthday, Erol. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Erol. Love you.
Happy birthday, Dad. Miss you, love you lots. And these two here want to say hello and happy birthday as well.
Happy birthday, Erol. Hope to see you soon.
Hey Dad, happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful day, even if you are stuck inside.
Merhaba dayıcım, happy birthday.
Merhaba dayıcım, happy birthday.
Happy 70th birthday, Erol. We love and miss you and wish we were there to celebrate with you.
Happy birthday, Uncle! And always remember that your presence makes our life so amazing.
Hey, Erol. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
We love you.
We love you.
Erol, happy birthday, happy 70th.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Erol. Oh, there you are.
So Erol, happy birthday. Keep drinking the healthy fruit juice. And here's to another 70 years.
Erol, you're very special to me and my entire family at the time. You all are my family there. I wish you a very happy birthday. I'm really sorry about the coronavirus. I know it's not my fault, but I'm sorry that it happens. It'll be one that you'll remember. So, wishing you all the best.
Hope you have a great day today. Really wish we could be there to celebrate with you. But in the meantime, I thought we would share a little story. This was when I was probably around 11, 12 years old, and I was homesick one day, and I think you came home before lunch and said that you had to go to Penang. And you also asked me, like, oh, well, how sick are you? And next thing you know, we were both in a car driving up to Penang. I think you had a lab to go visit. Anyway, after we visited that lab, we booked it. We checked into I think it was the Park Royal, and I went jet skiing. You sat by the pool, had a couple of beers, went for a swim, and then that night we went out and had a delicious steak dinner. And then on that steak dinner, you said, would you want a glass of wine? I was like, yeah, I'll have a glass of wine. This is when I started drinking wine. And I ordered the wine with the waiter. The waiter got really nervous and looked at you, and you were like, that's my son. Give him the wine. So then afterwards, we had that beautiful steak dinner, and it turns out maybe half a bottle of wine was probably too much for a 12-year-old, because I'm pretty sure I fell down in the shower that night. But it was such a great memory. Thank you for turning a sick day into a memory that I'm never going to forget. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday. So sad that we can't be there. But I was just thinking about all of the adventures we've done in recent years, whether it was when you guys came to Hawaii or Mexico, Puerto Rico. And I was also thinking about our Turkish trips that we've done. And of course, thinking of the Turkish trips made me think of our adventure up Mount Ararat, where you didn't want to go, but Mom and I made you go, and then we almost got kidnapped. That being said, I've actually already planned our next Turkish trip, and I want to go to the Black Sea coast. I want to check out Rize and Trabzon and all of that, but hopefully it won't be quite as dramatic as our last one.
Rather than share a story, we thought that we would go through some of the amazing experiences and amazing things you've had the privilege of going through in these short 70 years. So here goes. 1950s, you were born. That decade was also the start of the civil rights movement. They found the vaccine for polio. It was also the introduction of color TV, and was the decade that Disneyland was opened.
Okay, so moving on to 1960, you went to university.
1960s.
Sorry, 1960s. corrected. You went to university, which is a pretty big deal. The women's liberation movement started. Apollo 11 landed on the moon. The measles vaccine was discovered. They performed the world's first heart transplant. The Beatles released Hey Jude, Here Comes the Sun, Yellow Submarine, Something, I Am the Walrus, and many more cool songs. Hippies existed. I don't know if you were part of that, but yeah, that was the 1960s.
And then the 70s, you moved to Singapore. They had the first test tube baby in the 1970s. They eradicated smallpox in the 1970s. They introduced the telex machine, which you continuously tell us about. It was also the end of the Vietnam War. They had the Jonestown Massacre, the Munich Olympics Massacre, the Iran hostage crisis. Jesus, 1970.
That was not a good year.
Not a good set of years. The nuclear disaster at 3 Mile Island, Watergate, and the resignation of Richard Nixon. Oh, and then they also released MASH and the first Star Wars movie.
That was like the only good thing that happened.
Yeah, probably a few other things, I'm sure.
Okay, so in the 1980s, you got married to Grace, just to clarify. Your favorite son was born. And then, I didn't write this, by the way. And then Darren was born. You moved to Indonesia and then you moved back to Singapore. The fall of the Berlin Wall. The Mount St. Helens eruption. That was it. Oh, no, it continues. The Exxon Valdez oil spill. The Ethiopian famine. The start of the AIDS epidemic. The introduction of the fax machine and the personal computer. The launch of CNN. And the world's first artificial heart was invented.
Then the 1990s, Levent was born. You moved back to Indonesia, then to Malaysia. You learned to play golf. It was the end of the Cold War. Nelson Mandela was released from prison and the end of apartheid. They had the first Gulf War, the Oklahoma City bombing, the Columbine High School massacre,
Terrible.
the Rwanda genocide.
Terrible.
Dolly the sheep was cloned. The introduction of the internet. Oh, and Tiger Woods joined the PGA.
That's a good move. Okay, 2000s. You retired, which is probably the most enjoyable thing for you that happened. You started playing more golf. There was a second Gulf War. The war in Afghanistan happened. September 11th happened. The human genome was sequenced. The introduction of the iPhone, thank the Lord. And Barack Obama became America's first black president. And then Tiger Woods won a Grand Slam.
And then the 2010s, each of your sons got married and you added 3 more amazing people to your family. You still continued to play golf. You moved house and decluttered your life. The European sovereign debt crisis happened. The Arab Spring happened. The discovery of the Higgs boson. The acceptance of LGBT rights. And the discovery of liquid water on Mars.
And that brings us to the present time, which I think started on a great note. We went to Japan for a family holiday, which was really cool. And then now we're in this global coronavirus crisis, which is why we're sending you this video from our home. But to end everything, I think that this list says it all, and what an amazing 70 years you've had. We're so excited to be able to spend the coming years together and to create more memories. And we wish you the happiest of birthdays, and we love you very much.
Happy birthday.
And we can't wait to celebrate with you in person.
Hello. My very bad English. I must explain it. Long time ago, you are open door in the world. Your son, 3 countries. You are Indonesian. You are Grace, Singaporean woman, and Belgian, New York, and also I don't know which country, because long time ago, Silicon Valley, and after Paris, now Holland. What can I do? My heart very bad. You don't forget.
Do you remember Erol? I don't know. When you little child, many years ago, Ayla, Oya, you and me, my parents' old house in toilet.
That sounds like a scary story. Okay.
Do you remember? That's enough.
That's enough?
I wish we were there to celebrate with you. I feel so lucky to have you as my uncle. I remember when I was 12 years old, you and Aunt Grace invited me to Malaysia as soon as I learned English, and put up with my annoying teenager ways for like 3 months just so I can practice my English. So I've always felt your love and support. Please come and visit us in New York. We'll be sure to show you a great time. We love you.
We love you. Happy birthday and many more.
Happy birthday. Many more.
I have so many things to say that, I'll try to keep it short. For starts, I had to put my glasses on because I did make a few notes. I usually remember your birthday because Stuart's birthday is the same day. So, it's just like Errol Stewart. I remember everybody's birthday, but what's really funny is that you and I, our first sons were born on the same day. Mine just meowed and yours cried. Joby and Airman. Anyhow, we met in Jakarta, and there are some distinct things I remember thinking, oh, Errol is so funny. I just like him so much. He's such a good, he'll just go in for everything. And the biggest thing is, I think Grace will get a kick out of, was when I made your costume for the Iski Halloween party. You were a rooster or a cock, if you remember, and you just danced around, pushing your beak out, and you won the prize. Remember, we didn't think you had it in you, but you did it. You got there and you danced, you did it, and you won the prize. And then, if you recall, going back to my cat son, not that Jonathan's not very important because he is the most, but do you remember we were on the rooftop and Joby would jump from rooftop to rooftop, and we were like, where is he, where is he? And all of a sudden you, with your, very handsome Turkish accent, said, he is there. And I was like, what? He is there. And I said, Dad. And I was thinking, wow, that was just so cold. He said, no, there. And then the other thing I remember about getting to know you that we had a big chuckle about, and even though we've had so many since then, excuse the mess behind me, is that we were talking about films. Remember we used to rent the films from Yo-Yo. He would come and put them all on the floor, and we would select all the films we wanted to watch. And I said, oh, let's get Dances with Wolves. And you looked at me and you said, that is so peculiar, a dentist with wolves? What does a dentist have to do with the wolves? And I was like, sorry, my accent sucks, but and we just cracked up laughing.
Just wanted to say thank you for inviting us. Man, how many years ago was that? Long time ago when you invited us to Singapore, to you and Grace and the kids, of course. And that basically opened our eyes to a whole different world. That was the start of our journey outside of Turkey, and here we are. Well, we're back home in Istanbul today, this weekend. But thanks so much for all the opportunities that you gave us. And, you know, in a way, that led to me meeting Zeynep, this beautiful girl. Happy birthday again. Hope you have a blast.
Happy birthday. Have a wonderful party. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Hi, Erol. This is your special day. It has finally arrived. Happy birthday. You're 70, and with no hiccups, you made it that far, and I'm sure many, many healthy and happy days to come. I'm sorry we can't all be together right now and celebrate, but the day will come and we all get together and have a good time. So have a bottle of red wine, a good dinner, and enjoy your day together with Grace. Happy birthday again. Oh heck, Erol, this is the first time I made a video myself. I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.
Hello there, Erol. Happy birthday. It's hard to imagine that when you were born, my parents were busy making me. Anyway, 70 years, congratulations. You're very lucky because with the present situation, you don't have to buy all your golf mates a beer. Until later, of course. So, have a great day. Enjoy your special day. Happy birthday from Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the beer is chilled. Happy birthday.
Hi Errol, happy birthday. Remember me, Lynn Peacock?
Lynn, Chris.
Happy birthday, hope you have a good day.
39 years ago, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
1981 I left. That's what I look like then. That's what I look like now.
So happy birthday, Errol.
Have a great one.
Yeah.
See you in 30 years.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Speaking to you from a dull February in the UK, as always. Anyway, I hope you've got the sun out there and surrounded by family and friends. One of the fondest memories I've got of our time together in Indonesia was actually in the early days in Sembolo, when you guys had a shack down the beach and we had one further up. And my parents were visiting, and you came over and had a chat with my father and let him know that I was doing okay in Core Lab and doing a good job and all that kind of stuff. And I know he really appreciated this, and actually it's something that I've always appreciated, you know, looking back, memories of my own father. Anyway, many thanks for all the guidance. Kept me on the straight and narrow. And look forward to seeing you at some time. Have a great day. Take care.
Hi, Errol. Bob and Agnes, Colorado. Date is February 29th, 2020.
28 today.
29th, 2020. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Wish we could be there. Thanks to Levant for getting us involved. And I think Agnes has been sending pictures and other stuff. We're going through albums. So, anyway, happy birthday. Have a great time. Agnes?
Happy birthday, Errol.
Hey, Errol. It's your old drinking buddy, Dave Demshire. Congratulations on your 70th birthday. I'm turning 65 next month, so I'm catching up to you. Hey, you've been missing all the fun we've been having, especially the last couple of weeks. Wow, $20 crude, rigs shutting down everywhere, just like the good old times. Hey, hugs to you and Gracie from Lorraine and me. Have fun and have a couple of drinks for us as well. Bye-bye.
Hello, Errol. I'm Grace, of course. Greetings from the English Riviera. Well, it's always hot and sunny, as you can tell. Anyway, I was asked to think back to the good old days in Singapore when we were carefree young bachelors roaming around and come up with some embarrassing stories. But as you probably remember, that was rather difficult because we frankly live like monks. Never got up to anything. Very boring lives we led. Chancery Lane was known as the monastery. We'd sit there on an evening, listening to the cicadas chirping outside, whirring fans overhead. We'd perhaps have some cool jazz or tornadoes and 901s. And we'd study our call-out manuals, memorising the words of wisdom within. Anyway, I had a look at some old photo albums, so I've dug out a few photos